Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies.
Welcome back to Death Metal Days. My name is Jeff,
Sounds.
and we're back with some metal news.
Metal News.
Fake news.
But yeah, metal news. I don't have much.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Oh well, there was some juice today that I seen.
Ooh, I think it might be. Is it two members leaving a big band?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Yes, it is. Okay.
yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot about that. But yes, you want to introduce
yeah.
that?
So yes, two members have exited Cradle of Filth, and is it the married couple? It is, right?
Yeah, they're
The
married.
guitarist and the keyboardist that just got married not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the keyboardist, I think she quit first, right?
Yeah.
And then there wasn't really a whole big like load of suspicion really around it then. Everyone I think was just like, okay, whatever. And then not long after, the guitarist quits and immediately just fucking throws shade at Cradle of Filth over pay, right?
It
And
was a
then
number of things, I think. But yeah,
it was what?
it was a number of things. It was pay, creative differences, and then toxic environment as well.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah. And then I'm already seeing memes today of it's just like band auditions for Cradle of Filth. Showing like requirements and shit. You must be willing to be called like a dead horse and other types of shit. It was pretty funny though. It made me laugh. So yeah, man, I guess there's some drama in that field, huh?
Yeah, I've been seeing some things, and like you mentioned, like when the keyboardist left, it's like, oh, there's a member change in Cradle of Filth. Okay, big surprise. And then
Yeah.
the guitarist announces he's leaving. So from what I understand, he has said he was planning on leaving after the tour was ending. So I guess like at the end of the year. And then he cites throws all that shade and all that stuff. And then I guess the band either the same day or the next day is like, no, he's fired. He is
No, that's
correcting
right.
all
Yeah,
this.
because yeah, they fired him because of he was like threatening to quit or
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I seen. Yeah, that is kind of dirty, man. You know, there's some
Yeah.
behind the scenes action. Probably Danny Phil talking with the record label people. Well, you know, we can't threaten the integrity of the band's tour. Well, yeah, I don't know, but that's just crazy.
I just imagine how you said that. It made me imagine he literally did it just like he sings. You get it, man.
Uh, just see him in the office, still has his contacts in, talking to the executives at the table. I don't
Face paint and all.
know.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Isn't that whole rhythmic way? You can.
yeah, into his high scream. Uh,
But I did read the keyboardist statement, and I actually understand it a little bit. Is like, wow, why didn't you leave sooner? Like, it's not necessarily shade at the band. I guess she was throwing shade at Danny a little bit, but I guess so she was complaining about pay and stuff like that, and
I've heard
having like
she's released how much she's been paid I guess it's like pretty fucking small or something.
I haven't. I've heard she's released it, but I haven't actually seen because I've been wanting to see how much is like not enough to them. Because I don't know how much they would actually expect to get paid for a band like Cradle of Filth. That's
Right.
where my curiosity is at. But from what I understand, she also had a miscarriage on the tour.
Ooh.
So that was another thing, and that's where the whole like calling her out and stuff like that is like, damn. Like that's where I kind of understand like a little bit of the toxic environment and also why the guitarist also left. It's like because that's his kid and stuff. So I kind of understand the whole like wanting to leave. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a whole fucked up situation. I do
Yeah.
remember seeing that band audition. And I thought it was real at first until I got to some of the more ridiculous
Yeah.
stuff. Must
Yeah.
be
Must
okay
be.
with the toxic environment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty comical.
Because I did see
Yeah, man.
they expect you to be a professional guitar player worth 200 pounds a day, which is like the British money. It's like okay, that sounds like that's where it's like all right, this feels like a real thing. Like you're talking about paying them 200 pounds a day, but then it's like, but you need to be able to accept shitty pay. It's like oh okay, so this is like a troll meme.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think we've seen the same one.
I did see another one. This is a little bit darker. It was like, man, Heaven's Gonna Be Lit. And it had Ozzy Osbourne, Harambe, Brent Hines, and it had Cradle of Filth's logo in it.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I skimmed, I'd say, their last album. I mean, I listened to it, but I really don't remember much. The
I
Live
know
Deliciously song, I think that's about it.
we reviewed it. I listened to it a little bit ago at work because I saw that news. Like, I want to listen to some Cradle of Filth. And you know what? The new album is pretty good, but it doesn't. After about the third song, it kind of all blends together because I do love Live Deliciously and also Demagoguery. And I think those are the two songs I love the most whenever we first talked about it. But after that, it's
Mhm.
just like meh. Very meh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's the next power move. We need to manifest this one. Cradle of Filth recruits Galder, ex Demu Borgir.
Oh, I don't know.
Because he's dropped Demu Borgir to say that he was reviving Old Man's Child. He's like, new
Yeah,
stuff soon. And it's been like, how long now? Well, I guess it hasn't been crazy long. Like maybe a year.
I don't know. I kind of want them to bring that one old guitarist back. Was it Alan Lassister or whatever? Who was like their guitarist for like a long time. Like all their like good big albums. Like he was like
Right.
95 to like 2005. I want to say. So like for me, it's like that's like the best era
Yeah,
for
peak
Cradle of Filth. So I
for
feel
sure.
like surely he's not doing anything. Bring him back. Like you have an
Yeah,
open spot
that
now.
they should. Yeah, they definitely should do that, man. They're honestly another band that I think their discography's so huge, man. Like, I really don't even need new music. I would go see them if
Yeah.
they did like a whole play of like Nemesis. Dude, that's a
Hmm.
fucking badass album.
Yeah.
Or
Amphetamine
yeah, that would
or
be so killer, dude.
Thornography. For
Yeah,
me,
for
it would
sure.
be if they did Godspeed on Devil's Thunder. I think the name of the album is. That's the one I love. I love that album. I like Shot Out of Hell, Honey and Sulfur. Um,
I mean, they got
yeah.
killer hits from early days too, though.
Hmm.
From the Cradle to Enslave, dude. Oh, that's a badass song.
And Cruelty and the Beast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that album's awesome. Midian's even good, dude. Love Midian.
Yeah, they got some really good old stuff. I'm glad we've never brought them up for like a discog because they have too many
Fuck
albums
no,
and
I am
also
not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it.
absolutely not.
Yep.
Actually, I would say if we ever did something like that for them, I would say we would do something similar to Suffocation. We try to listen to as much as we can and just pick our three favorites and just talk about those ones. I feel like that
Yeah,
would be
for
the
sure.
only way you can do it, because obviously it's not going to be Hammer of the Witch, Existence is Futile, or the Valkyries one, the newest one, or we have certain ones in mind. Maybe some new ones can come up, but we're not gonna have some surprise like, oh, actually listening to this one again for Cradle of Filth. Cradle of Filth's been around long enough time. I feel like are familiar with them enough to where no, these are the albums.
Right. No doubt. Yeah, that'd be fun, man. Well, I mean, not saying we got to do it tomorrow.
No, that's just for a future thing, an idea someday down the line. But yeah,
Um, other metal news. I was just gonna say. I was just gonna bring up this picture I shared with you. Well, it's just a show, but it's King 810. And opening for King 810 is Emir, Filth, and then some other bands. Sorry to the other bands. Can't read your logos, and I don't know. But yeah, Emir. I thought I was so baffled to see that, man. I really thought
mm-hmm.
Emir's like way bigger than King 810, but I don't know. I wonder if they're just friends. I think it's a friend hookup kind of show thing.
I think they are friends because they both kind of have that tough guy attitude. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's because wonder if it's in their hometown, so they're setting up the festival or concert
Oh
or
yeah, you
whatever it
did
is.
mention that.
That's the only thing I can think of because I want to say they're honored and humbled to have Amir be able to play with them at the show. Because I guess it's supposed to be like a special kind of show. Like they are advertising that one. I want to say
Yeah,
pretty hard.
Halloween, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Samhain festivities.
Yeah, I think that's like November 1st, so like the day after Halloween, because Halloween is supposed to be like kind of like Christmas Eve, but for like whatever Samhain is. Like I want to say it's like a pagan feast thing.
Hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, I do think. Also, I think since Amir's kind of been out of it for a while, maybe that's kind of their way of like easing back into it.
Yeah, could be. Well, and then also, okay, what the hell is Tony Danza over here keep changing their fucking profile pics for?
I think
Teasing
they
everyone.
are.
They just
I
fucking with
think
us?
I want to say, did they officially? I want to say they officially announced they were back or something. Something was going on to where something is official now. I want to say.
I don't know, man. I
I
feel like it's just been a long fucking tease. I think they're trolling.
no, something's going on because they're posting more and more. Yeah, they updated their profile picture with a new logo August 5th. They posted a lot August 5th. Something about Furnace Fest. Yeah, they played at Furnace Fest, but
Hmm.
they posted more recently after that. So I feel like something's going on. Is Danza 5 going to be a thing? That is the main question. I
I'm
feel like this
curious.
has been an ongoing saga with this podcast. Like, is Danza coming back? Because
Yeah,
I feel like
no
this is the
doubt.
third or fourth time we've talked about. Is Danza coming back? Danza?
Right. I mean, if Joshua Travis is still in a mirror, I mean, I think he still is, isn't he?
I think he is because at the same time, if he's not, then I don't really see much of a point in checking out any new Amir at this point. Because I feel like if it's anything like, I forget what the last album was called. If it's anything like that, but without Josh Travis's chunky guitar, I don't really care to hear too much. I'll check it out maybe once,
Dude,
and that's
give us
about it.
some re-recordings of older Amir albums, but with Joshua Travis. That would be
Ooh,
sick.
like kind of like a Taylor Swift Taylor's version, but instead it would be the Respect issue, Joshua Travis's version.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Or I just think of that song Bars in Astoria, but with Joshua Travis's tone.
Ooh,
Oh man, that'd be so badass.
or false love in real life.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, like the oldies, dude. That'd be so sick. I bet they're awesome live because I'm
Oh,
sure they're not just playing every new, song on their newest album or whatever. Sure, they're still bringing back
uh,
oldies.
I don't know. It all
Mhm.
depends because I don't know because I've seen bands where they are like that when they have big member changes.
Yeah, because that new guitarist just wants to play his stuff, maybe.
Maybe, but also remember how Frankie, how him and his relationship with all the old members ended, to where they
Right, true,
all.
yeah. So Frankie's probably mindset's wanting to get over that shit as well, maybe. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Yeah,
Man, they had hits though, dude.
yeah. Especially Goodbye to the Gallows and Speaker of the Dead. Ah,
Hmm. No doubt.
um, other metal news, not specifically metal, but I feel like it's going to affect especially the metal underground and just merch in general, because merch is a big deal when it comes to metal. That's like the main thing, the flagship of metal. We're very passionate about our shirts and just merch in general, hats, whatever collectibles. Um, Apparently, I've seen a couple smaller bands post about this. Apparently, the tariffs have affected the international mail system so much to where they have stopped all small packages from outside the U.S. until they can figure out when it comes to this tariffs. So I want to say I saw the slam band we've reviewed before, Esophagus. I want to say it posted something about this as well, to where pretty much they can't ship to the U.S. until further notice because of the postal services freeze on those small packages. It's
Oh,
been causing
damn.
some issues. Um, so yeah, if you are purchasing from a band outside the U.S., just be aware that there's probably a little bit of delay, but continue. That's not the band's fault. Continue to support that band, just until we can just some pains right now.
The more you
But
buy, the more likely it'll ship.
yes, it will eke through.
Guaranteed.
But yeah, just affects the metal world. Somewhat metal news. But yeah, that's all I got for metal news. Anything else?
No, I don't think so, man.
All right. Uh, so dad topic. I feel like there was something we were talking about earlier with so for dad
Titties.
topic of the week, how let's go back to this cryo stuff. Let's talk about science fiction in general because I feel like it's interesting dad topic stuff.
Okay.
Um, Actually, you know
Cryo
what?
sleeper kids.
Not necessarily that, but let's talk about no. But no, I was thinking more of like when it comes to science fiction movies and like dystopian futures and stuff, what do you think is the most in a movie you've seen or a show you've seen where it has like a dystopian future, what do you think is the most likely to be true and why?
Oh, man. Terrible question to ask me just because I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. I try not to be, but I tend to be. But I would say The Road, really just for its realism. It has Viggo Mortensen in it, and it's based off the book The Road, written by Cormac McCarthy. But a great, I mean, absolutely phenomenal adaptation of a book, man. If not like one of the best that I've ever seen. Just gripping footage in the movie. It's just a movie that just makes it seem like it could be so real. It's so scary, dude, to me. But that's kind of something I envision as far as like a. Are we talking like post-apocalyptic setting, or or were
Not
you more of
necessarily.
like?
So, not necessarily
Sorry.
like apocalypse. I'm just thinking of like an actual like so it's usually like a movie or TV show where it's set in the future. but it's not
Okay.
necessarily the future's better. Like how society is set up is not necessarily better. Typically, it's usually worse, and that's what a dystopia is. Like a
Okay.
utopia is the opposite. It's a perfect society. Dystopia is the opposite.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking more of like world-ending type shit. Okay, so yeah. Dystopian setting. Let's see.
So, like, technically, idiocracy would technically be a dystopia.
Yeah. There was this one movie that I seen called oh shit. What was it called, man? Repo Man?
Ooh, are you talking about Repo, the genetic opera, or are you talking about the actual movie Repo Man? Both
Repo
similar
Man
concepts.
with Jude Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That movie was freaky because you have this ticker and so much time and you can see it and it's just like, oh my gosh. But a great concept, dude. And just, I mean, kind of haunting kind of sort of concept, but I thought that was pretty moving. The only thing I didn't like about it was the end. That was that's I think they kind of flubbed it, but other than that,
I,
man, awesome movie.
yeah, is that the one where, like, organs are, like, sold and, like, you have a credit on it, but if you don't pay it, the Repo Men come and will take your organs?
Yes, exactly. Like
So,
it's in such high demand.
if I remember right, I remember also feeling awkward about the ending because it isn't like they are trying to. It's him and this girl he falls in love with, and they're both like this is big dramatic scene. They're both taking out the organs to scan that they're fully paid for, and it's just this weird,
Uh-huh.
awkward, somewhat sensual scene where she's like shoving the scanner up his ribs to like scan his heart or something,
Yeah.
and it has like this weird heartfelt music. It's like this is weird and gross and
Yeah,
ugh.
I think I remember something like that. I need to rewatch it, man. It's been years since I've seen it, but yeah, that kind of seems to be like the most expected kind of dystopia, I think. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
especially with
hopefully
how
not, but
health insurance is, and especially with a kind of a super capitalistic, not caring about the customers at all, just making more money, making sure you get your bottom dollar, kind of that in
yeah.
tandem. So yeah, I can see that. Because Forrest Whitaker's in that, isn't he? Isn't he the partner?
Uh-huh. I think so, but then he had, well, I don't know if I want to spoil it.
Well, it's been out
Man,
for
it's like
like
20 years
15
here.
years.
Yeah, so yeah, then he has to chase Jude Law though. He's the one that has
hmm
to track him down. So yeah. But yeah, badass movie, man.
Did you ever see the movie that's very similar to that? I don't know if it's based off it or because it's almost completely the same idea. Repo, the genetic opera.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's I think it was a direct to DVD movie, but it was very similar like idea, but it's an opera and there's one repo man and it's all like sung. But not only that, people are addicted to uh surgeries in general, whether it be plastic surgery, usually plastic surgery, and they're addicted to the anesthesia that you go under to take the surgery
Wow.
specifically. But that's a good one. I recommend that as well. Less serious because, like I said, like they're singing. He's singing while he's ripping the
Yeah.
people's organs out that he's repoing. Paris
Wow.
Hilton's in it. Um, but
Huh.
some good songs in there. Very dark ending. But yeah, I could see that, especially because, like you're saying, the health insurance in America is not getting any better.
It's crazy,
And
dude.
we already are very Yeah, when we already have a very capitalistic, and we don't really. I talked about it with my dad. We get as days go by, we get care less and less about our neighbors. We hate our neighbors
Yeah.
more and more every day. We're scared of each other. So I don't think people would really care. It's like, you know what? He expected that risk. You know what? He
Exactly.
couldn't pay
Yeah.
it. That's on him, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's an industry in that movie. It's an industry they've made where they've it's policy that if this expires, it's execution. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like could be legit. That's the scary factor of it. But yeah, man, crazy badass concept. But God, I was gonna say something. Oh, I was just gonna rant about insurance and how fucking crazy that shit is. But it reminded me. Sorry, side thought, but I was speaking to my auto insurance carrier and just going over my policy type shit, and she was just like, "Now, do you want to up your coverage a little because you're kind of sitting a little low. You only have a $20,000 or $30,000 coverage for vehicle. So if you get in an accident with like a Cadillac or a Porsche, you could be you're gonna have to pay for the rest of that after it meets that cap, and it likely will with a vehicle like that." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So we've gotten to a point now with insurance where what I'm paying isn't good enough to cover an accident that I get into. They have That's the idea behind, just insurance. That's what's crazy, man. It's just like it's an empire built off of fear.
Well,
It's
isn't the
nuts.
other car supposed to have insurance as well? Like, if you have a Porsche or one of those heavy, expensive vehicles, they already have to have higher insurance anyway to cover that vehicle. So why does it matter if that's what
I
they're
don't
saying is
know.
like,
Well, I mean, because basically, I guess my policy currently, I have a cap for that accident now. It's not just, so like I guess my whatever my policy is, it's a 20 to $30,000 limit. So if like their vehicle's a Porsche and it totals out because of an accident I got into, I'm going to be liable for over that, whatever.
but at the
I don't
same
know.
time, why are you fully liable for their car at the same time?
If
Like, if it's a mutual accident,
if the accident's on me though, that's what the
oh,
policy, that's that part of the policy, to my
well,
understanding.
well, drive safer around Porsches.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it is crazy. But what can you do? I don't know.
But also, I was thinking, because I was watching the commercial for Toxic Avenger. Because I also, with the Repo Men, like, yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but at the same time, if you really think about it, when it comes to like insurances, they already are doing something similar with it. Because like, if they tell if someone needs like life saving uh, procedure and they turn it down, how is that really any different? Like, hey, I need the surgery, I have cancer, I need this treatment to live. It's like, oh, that's not in your coverage. It's like, how is
Mm,
that any different? You're pretty much just giving that person a life sentence,
no
or
shit.
like they're running the risk of like paying thousands of dollars that they probably don't have, or they aren't going to run
Yeah,
that risk and then they die. So you're pretty much just like, no, it's not in your policy, so you can die, kind of thing.
yeah. Then let's say it is in your policy. You get to make a claim. Guess what? Your rates are going up.
Yeah.
Like what happened to the money I've been paying you for the past 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did that just go to all your salaries? Because that's what's crazy is you have all these different members within that fucking pyramid scheme of empire that regional managers, regional assessors, all this shit. It's insane, man.
Well, isn't the whole the money supposedly supposed to go into a pool of people in your area, and that's where all that money, like if you pay like $300 a month, a couple months down the road you get in an accident, it costs like $15,000. Even though you might not have spent $15,000, that pool of money of all the people in your area spending that money is supposed to go towards fixing your car. So why would your premium go up when supposedly that's what the whole point of the whole coverage was, and why they're pulling all your guys' money together?
Yeah, I don't know. They got away with it though.
They
I
did
don't
that
know,
with
man.
my they did that with my
Huh?
home insurance at my last house. I made a claim and then they skyrocketed. I was paying, so my mortgage was $700 with insurance included in it. And then after I made the claim, it jumped up to 1,100, like up by $400, just to cover
Jeez,
the how much they raised my premium for my home insurance.
That's insane.
And all it was a new deck. Not
That's
even like the
crazy.
bulk of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's insane. And then if you claim too many times, you can be denied.
It's ridiculous.
Insurance
What's the point of
companies
the
won't even
insurance then?
pick you up. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, isn't it law you have to have? I don't know about vehicle insurance. I don't know if I've just heard that, if you claim too many times, they can deny you. It's like, that's fucking bananas.
And I've also wondering when it comes to health insurance. I know this might be a hot topic for people, but I do wonder with the current climate because I have a buddy, old friend from a previous unit, who was transitioning, like going transgender. As soon as they tried to claim, they dropped them from insurance.
Hmm.
So I wonder if that's going to start becoming more common practice to where insurance will just be like, no, we're just not going to pay it.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. See, I already ride without insurance, and they have a sliding scale fee, which is basically for people who don't carry insurance.
Isn't
So
that
it's just like the reduced cost. So I'm just like, so what are we doing
what?
here? You know, you
Because
know?
then I have heard that hospitals will have like a black book of what everything costs. Then there's the discount that certain insurance companies get, and that's why they pay them off, and that's why the prices are usually high. So that way, it kind of forces people to get insurance, and
Oh
that's why
no.
hospital prices are so ridiculous. Like you'll pay for the Advil they give you in the waiting wherever you're at. Like I remember being charged, like some of the painkillers. I mean, no, sometimes it was just Tylenol when we were giving birth, and by we I mean Danny, obviously. But yeah, you still get charged with that, and you still get a skyrocketed amount because they have to put that amount, so that way it makes you want to have insurance, and insurance gets the discount. That's all on your bill. Um, but yeah, I was thinking of that dystopian future of what was most likely, and I think that I brought that up because I was thinking of this the other day. In my personal opinion, I think have you seen the newer? It's like 12 years old, I think now at this point, but the newer Judge Dredd movie.
No. I heard good things about it, but no, I never watched it.
So not necessarily everything about it, but I would say to where because in the movie, if I haven't read the comics books. I'll be the first to admit I know everyone is doing this whole like pretend to be cool with all these superhero movies. I didn't read comics. I don't read comics. I didn't. But supposedly that newer Judge Dredd movie was more akin to the comics. But one thing I saw and is like I could fully see that, and I think that is very possible to where they'll have city blocks that are like it's like this whole like imagine a giant mall but millions of people live in it. It's just apartment buildings going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. The main floor is like the grocery store. People never leave that building ever really, and that
Oh,
will be a
jeez.
section. I think that is probably with how population goes and
Oh,
less space we
gross.
have. I think that could probably be the most likely that kind of
Fuck
a
that, man.
scenario. An
I
entire
really hope that we're safe from that, but never know really, I guess.
just imagine people on top of people on top of people when it comes to apartments, like pretty much an entire like
Yeah,
St.
sounds
Louis
awful.
in like an entire city block, and it's just in a giant building.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
I
Sounds absolutely terrible.
don't know. I feel like that's the most likely to where if there is like even like there's a giant disaster, it's going to be even more catastrophic. This type of stuff,
Yeah.
and that's where I think that the police kind of thing will get even worse. Like it's in the timeline of Judge Dredd, the police are now both the police officers, but they're also the judge, jury, and executioner. So they can tell whether you're guilty or not, what your charges are and carry out that sentence right there. If it's death, like they'll kill you right there, or they'll take you away, put you in prison for however long.
Damn.
So yeah, I think for me, I feel like that's where we're probably headed, population wise.
Damn. Well,
Are you
sweet.
there?
Yeah, sorry, you were lagging out. Am I?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you were a little bit. There was like a full minute of pause. Like, am I that awkward?
No. Yeah, it's like lagging out on me real bad. I don't know why. I
I
don't think I
gotcha.
have any extra pages.
Are you ready
left.
to do? I don't think I'm not doing anything extra either. It might just be Danny streaming since it's late at night. I've always had this theory that maybe at certain times of day we're gonna have bad signal and bad electronics just because of the was it the ionosphere? Because how we rotate the ionosphere will move with it because it's only a certain part of the atmosphere. I forget which part of the sphere it is. It'll kind of go and
Huh.
go and go. I don't know. It's just my thought. So I think that's
Yeah,
maybe what
could
could
be.
be happening with Wi-Fi. But yeah, you ready to move on to Mastodon album rankings revisited?
Yeah, re-rank, dude. Let's do it. Sounds
All
fun.
right. Before that, that'll be on the next episode. But until then, Death Metal Daddy's out.
Sweet.